My body is ready for Switch 2. Can't wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, damas, caballeros, I want to welcome you to the Odyssey, where behind me, I have the first ever full set Nintendo Switch 2 console. Its first look at the system. We'll compare sizes. We'll do a lot of things with it, but I want to emphasize this is a 100% 3D printed system. Yes, I received some information, CADs, files, and stuff like that from an outside source, not to mention, and I put it together myself. If it looks like I used Elmo's glue, probably did. If it looks like I cut with those scissors you use in preschool, I probably did. It looks like an art and craft project. I kind of did that on purpose. Shout out to Palm Tree, shout out to Avery for all the assets that I'm going to use in this video to make this as real as possible to you. Like, for example, like I cut this paper here, try to make a UI for the Switch 2. It didn't work out that well, but all I ask from you is, look, I'm trying to get to 100K before the year ends. If you can subscribe to this channel, if you appreciate the effort and all that stuff in this video, I really appreciate you more than you know. So please subscribe. I want to get to 100K and get that plaque somewhere here. Without further ado, I present to you the first ever look at the Nintendo Switch 2 mock-up system thingy. And here is the beginning of the presentation, my friends. It all started back in 2017 when Nintendo launched this beautiful system. I mean, you know, just ignore the cow print. Then came the Nintendo Switch Lite. Which, by the way, I just custom made this one here. Very nice, right? Then the world was amazed with the Nintendo Switch OLED, bigger screen model. The white one came out with Metroid Dread. And ladies and gentlemen, for the very first time, what could very well be the first look at the full set, including dock, of the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm sorry, I have no magnets. And here you have it, my friends, a side-by-side comparison of all Nintendo Switches, starting with the Nintendo Switch base model released back in 2017. We have the Nintendo Switch OLED released back in, 2020? And then the Nintendo Switch 2, or the apparent Nintendo Switch 2, releasing this year in 2025. Whenever Nintendo decides to say something or do something. As you can see already, these two systems we are very familiar with, but look at how much larger the Nintendo Switch 2 is from both models. Now, again, this is a 3D print of the system, and I decided to kind of, you know, have a little bit of fun when it comes to how I designed it and where I added the buttons. You can see here, I went with the orange buttons because I feel like this is a beautiful color. You know, I know there's the blue, orange Joy-Con. I wanted to make both sides orange just to give it that nice hue look, black and of course the orange color. The logo in the middle, that is kind of an extruding logo. You know, it didn't come out that well in the printer, but you know, I like the size of it. And if for those of you who maybe think that Nintendo might not do a logo that size, I mean, look at this one. Nintendo did actually make the logo on the Nintendo Switch base model here for this Mario edition. They made it a bigger size, so they can actually take this same exact size, pass it onto this one, add the 2, and of course the Nintendo Switch logo on the side in a lighter gray kind of color so it can kind of pop out, you know? So let me know what you guys think about each system here. Of course, you guys know this one, you know the light version as well, which is, man, super tiny compared to this one. And how about we get to our next comparison? And here we have a side-by-side comparison of the Nintendo Switch models. We have the base model, the apparent Switch 2 model, and of course the Nintendo Switch Lite model side-by-side. And here we have the side-by-side comparison of all Nintendo Switch models with the base model here. Let me go ahead and open this. You guys can take a look at the back. This is, of course, the apparent Nintendo Switch 2. Let me go ahead and take off this cover there. You can see the back of it. And of course, we have the Nintendo Switch OLED, which you guys are very familiar with as well. They all have some vents. This one only has like a little vent on, right there. This one, of course, has the vent on top, and this vent here, which broke a little bit, sorry. And of course, a vent all across the bottom. You guys can come up with your own conclusions why this has so many vents on there. I'm guessing it's because in dock mode it'll pull more power, so it needs more ventilation. Here we also have the Nintendo Switch Lite. So with the power of editing, I have added screens onto each here, so you guys can take a look at how each one looks and compare the sizes when there's a game currently playing on that screen. So there you have, my friends. Of course, the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons up front. We have the base model. We have the apparent Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Cons here, and we also have the OLED on the side. Now the Joy-Cons we have here, we have both the Nintendo Switch Joy-Con and the Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Con. You can see the different sizes in my hand, and of course when you actually hold it this way, feels a lot better in your hand as well. I think this is an improvement to when you are playing with friends out in the field, right, or in your house playing Mario Kart. And of course we have the two bigger triggers here, which they do feel great. Now this is a 3D print. It's like just like a slap, but it's same it's the same exact dimensions as the Nintendo Switch 2. Of course, it has all of the all the IO here. We have the vent here, the USB-C on top. We have the, of course, where the game goes there. And of course, we also have the volume rockers and all that fun information here. These two little dishes on each side. We don't know what it is. We kind of speculate that maybe something can lay on top of that and have these two little holes on there as support, while the USB-C part serves as a connector for that said maybe second screen, who knows, or camera. And so we got that there. The Joy-Con, this part right there, the little button on the back, it's perfect. Once you're connected here with the magnet, and your hand feels just comfortable there, just kind of bring it back and pull it out, so it's perfect. That placement there, I'm not sure whether it will serve anything other than just pulling the Joy-Cons out, but that is amazing. Now the other thing that's been going around is that this up here is a camera, or even a little sensor for a mouse. So there is a sensor for a mouse here, and you can use that for a mouse there like that, and maybe use this trigger for clicking purposes, or just the buttons themselves. But that's what you have here. But I'm pretty sure what you guys want to know more about is the dock. So here we have a closer look at the Nintendo Switch dock. You can look at right there. It has all the IO, I think it's called, right? All the areas where the HDMI goes. You got the power adapter, and of course you have the LAN port, so for internet. And we have this thing here that kind of grips onto the back cover, the vent on this side there, and we also have this here. And on this side we have two USB-A ports on this side. You guys can take a look there. There we go, Nintendo Switch 2. Here we have it. And just like every other system, by the way, the back part is actually higher than the front part. And now a versus comparison between the Nintendo Switch OLED versus the Nintendo Switch 2. Fight! Nintendo Switch base model against Nintendo Switch 2. Fight! And now the matchup you've patiently been waiting for, Nintendo Switch Lite versus Nintendo Switch 2. Fight! here's the final top-down comparison between the Switch 2 OLED and base model. Now, here we have the entire lineup of Nintendo Switch 2 systems, including the apparent Nintendo Switch 2 with its Joy-Cons. We have the Nintendo Switch OLED, the Nintendo base model, and the Nintendo Switch Lite. Now, I have a lot of accessories being sent to me for Nintendo Switch 2, so hey, if you want to check out those videos, make sure to subscribe to this channel, and I'm going to make a lot of content with accessories just for this Nintendo Switch 2 mock-up system here. All right, my friends, I hope you enjoyed the first look, or what could be the very first look at the full set of Nintendo Switch 2, the dock, the Joy-Cons, and the system itself. If you did enjoy this, please consider subscribing. We're trying to get to 100K by the end of this year, maybe by the end of this video. Who knows? Anything is possible, but I really would appreciate it. There's more videos coming with accessories for Switch 2 based on that mock-up model that I have, so stay tuned for that and for a lot more that I cannot talk about just yet, but more coming soon. All right, my friends, before I let you go, never give up and journey on. Peace.
My body is ready for Switch 2. Can't wait much longer. What about you? Standing in line just to hear something new. Nintendo come